Inclusive o Jay do Reino Unido, ele criou um tutorial todo em inglês sobre como a instalação da V7. Ele tá até aqui participando aí do chat. Não sei se ele já saiu. Tá aí, Jay? É, Obrigado aí, amigo, por você ter feito o tutorial em inglês aí da instalação. Valeu mesmo.
Obrigado, Emerson. Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. So this is a follow-up from my last video of the V8. So now it's going to be on my PlayStation, so everything will be completely in English. Some people were finding it difficult, so that's no problem. We sort of anticipated that, so that's what this one's for. And also this is for the 3 memory stick installation, because the other one was also for the 1 memory stick. So this is the one that me and Emerson actually do. We use the 3 memory sticks, but we understand that for some people, you know, that's not possible, so no issues there. And just before I go any further, Emerson, you know, parabéns, my friend. He's just reached 3 million views totally on his channel, so I think that's amazing. I'm sure many more to come. So yeah, man, let's do this. Okay, cool. So now you can just see I'm quickly just running through what you can expect at the end of the installation. So everything is done. You can see English Premier League, Championship, etc., etc. Everything is there. So that's what we aim to have for you guys by the end of this. So as mentioned, this installation is using 3 memory sticks, or alternatively 1, but it's just like you plug it in and you take it out. So I'll explain as we go along. But I suggest if you want a really in-depth detailed information about Emerson's full V8, you watch the video in the description. Even though that's covered with the 1 memory stick installation, but still the core is identical, and it's actually a lot more detailed. It's even more detailed than this one. This is sort of narrowed down quicker, because that one was like 50 minutes. So this one is going to be about 27, 28. So yeah, you know, if you want the full breakdown, you go over there, just like with the V7. If you want, you know, the refined, you can say quicker version, then you know, you're in the right place, and in English, of course. So on your screen, what is that? So that's just the breakdown of the installation. So these are all the files that come in the zip folder, which is in the description. Make sure you guys use WinRAR if you don't know. That's the best way to unzip the files. And then once you unzip the zip file that Emerson has uploaded, this is what you're going to get. So you can see we have a bunch of different folders. So it's folder 0, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then you can see that there's a variation and breakdown, and with a bunch of asterisks. So just quickly, you know, I'm sure some of you are already familiar, but just to go through it for the new people, what it means is folders 0, 1, and 2 will go on the first memory stick. That's the first part of the installation. And then folders 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 will go on the second. That's why the yellow arrow is covering that. And then folder 12 will go on, is the third part of the installation and the third memory stick. So just quickly, where you see asterisks, what that basically means is that's where you have a choice. So you have folders which are set in stone, such as 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 12. And then the asterisk is where you have a choice. So for example, folder 3, you can see there's a bunch of options. So you can decide what do you want. So folder 3 is just the Uruguayan League. 3.1 is the Uruguayan League with 3 teams from Brazil's 3rd division. Then you have the Mexican choice again, and then the second Mexican choice is the 3 teams from Serie C in Brazil. So where you see 3 teams C, that's what that means. Those 3 teams are always the same. They're a couple of sides from Brazil Serie C, big teams. So 3.2.2 is the MLS with the Liga MX. 3.3 is just the MLS. 3.4 is Peru. 3.5 is Paraguay, and then 3.6, you guys know what that is. So in this install, I've gone ahead and chosen 3.6 as my choice from folder 3. And then it's identical for process for folder 8. So you make a choice from one of the 4 So this is basically what African team do you want in to appear in your Master League, because you know when you do like club cup competitions and then you have the Club World Cup, so usually at least in the playoffs there's a team from Africa, so that's what this is for. So you make your choice. Do you want the Tunisian side, the Egyptian side, the Moroccan side, or I believe the Congolese side, Mozambique? I'm quite sure. So yeah, and then I went with Raja, so they're from Morocco. And then 9 is straightforward. 10 is, do you want 2 or 3 dream teams? So you decide. I went with just 10, the first one. And then from 11, you decide, do you want Japanese J-League, Gulf League, or Qatar League? So I went with Qatar. So to recap, folders 0, 1, and 2, they're going to be on your first memory stick. That's the first part of the installation. Then the second part, and on your second memory stick, is your choice from folder 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, your choice from folder 8. So again, I went with Raja. And then number 9, and then your choice from folder 10. So I just went with folder 10. And then your choice from folder 11. So I went with 11.2. So that's the second portion. And then the third portion of the memory stick installation is just folder 12. So that's that, just so we're super clear and we know what's going on. And basically, now you can see on your screen like the refined version of the option file. So now you can see Emerson, he had made his choice. So that's why he has less folders. So now he's got 0, 1, 2, 3.1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.3, 9, 10.1, 11, and 12. So that's basically how your refined should look. And then at the bottom you can see where it says Bundesliga, Liga MX, MLS, etc. What that is that's just telling you how many teams are in each individual league, because we have to alter that right at the end of the installation. It takes 20 seconds, no problem. Just letting you guys know exactly what that means. And yeah, so let's just get moving with this. Okay, cool. So now what you guys firstly need to do is go into the description, because there's a first video that you need to follow. So that's just going to remove all of the old images and stuff like that, just to basically make space so we can install this option file. So make sure you go do that, remove everything, and then come back. And cool. Okay, so now you guys are back, and I'm just going to go ahead really now and just walk through the entire thing. So firstly, what you need to do is on this settings menu, just go into your edit data, and then it will ask you, because you have now deleted everything because you followed the video in the description. Now it's going to ask you, do you want to create a new edit data? And then you say, yes, I do. And then you just let it do its thing. And then once that's done, head back out, and then go ahead and apply the latest update, live update. This is very important. Please make sure you do this. Check both boxes and just hit OK. And then let it do its thing. Then say live update has been applied. That's cool. Okay. And now let's start the process. Okay, cool. So just a quick recap about this. This is, again, we're just a reminder. That's how we're going to break down the installation. And now you've got all of your correct data copied over to the memory sticks. So I'm literally going to continue as if you've already done that. So now you've got your first memory stick plugged in with folders 0, 1 and 2. And also one thing I should say before I forget, when you're copying the stuff over to your memory stick, don't just put it in the root of your memory stick. Create a folder inside your memory stick's root and call it WEPES, WEPES. And then inside that, that's where you put all of these folders. That basically enables PES to, identify that this is what it's supposed to look at. So just make sure you do that as well. And now go ahead down to import export. Go to import competition. Select your memory stick. Select everything. So these are all the competitions that we're going to install. You can see it's got everything. So I say it's the best option file. And it's free. So just hit square. And then go to detail settings. Check the box. And hit OK. Now I left that in on purpose. You might have seen that I had an error which came up and it said option 1 failed. That's absolutely fine. There's no issues. So if you have a failure during any of this installation process, just take note of what exact file it was and what failed, and then go ahead back and re-import that. So for example, mine said the first trophy failed the installation. So I literally went ahead, as you can see, and reinstalled it, and just selecting the appropriate files, and then I had no issues at all. So it's fine. Like if you have an error, don't panic. It's cool. Just go ahead and reinstall that individual file. And now once you've done that, we go back and we hit import team. Still with your first memory stick plugged in, of course. And then select all of the teams that you see. So this is for all the countries, but make sure that TED Fix 1, 2 and 3 are not selected. Very important, please, guys, make sure you do this. So you just hit square, but go right to the bottom, uncheck those 3 files. And then go back to the top. Go to detail settings. Check both boxes. It's very important, guys, that you check both boxes for this one, and then just hit OK. And please take note of the boxes, because at different processes, different boxes are checked. So it's very, very important. Otherwise, there will be errors in the end. So just let it do its thing. So once it's done, just hit OK. And now go back again into import team. Select your memory stick. And now we're going to go ahead and select the TED Fix files that we previously unchecked. So make sure all countries are unchecked, only the TED files. Go back to the top, continue to detail settings. And now take note, guys, only the top box is selected. This is very, very important. So please, in each stage, take note of exactly what boxes are being selected. Otherwise, it just creates numerous issues. So, and that's that. So that's the whole process of the first portion finished. So now you have 2 choices. For the guys who have the second memory stick at hand, cool, with everything copied over, just plug it in. If not, take out your first USB, put it into your computer, delete folders 0, 1 and 2, and then copy over the second portion of the installation folders. So that would be your choice from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, choice from 8, I should say, 9, and then choice from 10. So once you guys got that ready, just head on back to import team. Select your memory stick. And now we just have to select certain teams. So you can go ahead and press square to select everything, no problem. But we have to uncheck certain things. So just, you can see now as well some of the teams that we're installing. So a lot of these are from South America. Now you can see my choice of the Paraguayan league. So yours may be different. It doesn't matter. This is, you know, all personal preference. Just so you can see all of those teams. And then keep going down. You can see how many things we're installing. Absolutely amazing. Bundesliga. All of that is included. Outros of Europe. Everybody's there. And now, you must unselect the Brazilian Serie A and Serie B. So go down and unselect all of this. So where you see Bra A, and then it'll be Bra B, uncheck anything that starts with that and leave everything else checked. The top of the screen, you would have seen some Brazilian teams like Criciúma, Londrina, etc. Leave them. They're not involved in this, so you can leave those checked. It's only the Brazilian teams which are marked with the B and the A. You need to uncheck that. And you can see at the bottom as well here, my Qatar League, my choice, and my African team choice as well, Raja from Morocco. So go up and then continue to detail settings. Now in this instance, take note guys, we have to check both boxes. And then let's just let it do its thing. And once it's done, you get the message of confirmation, just hit OK. And now we're going to go back and install what we just unchecked. So go ahead to import team, select your memory stick, and now scroll down and let's go to our Serie A and Serie B of Brazil. Also, just a note for Colombia as well, like it's not only is it that it's included in this option file, also the teams who just got relegated and promoted have also been arranged. So you can imagine the type of work these guys do. So for free. And then you can see, yeah, so we check exactly what we want to install. So Serie A and Serie B. Nothing else is checked, guys, as you can see. So make sure that you do identical. Brazilian leagues, honestly unbelievable. Like I genuinely like I don't even play Premier League. I always end up playing Brazilian league. I just love it. And then go to detail settings. Both boxes check, no issues. Make sure that you do that. And then let it run through with its install. And then once that's done, you get your confirmation message. If anything failed, no problem. Remember what I said, just take note of it and then go ahead and individually click on select that file and just install it again, and there'll be no problems. And now, just for the safe side, this is what I personally do. You don't have to do this. I just prefer doing this for my mental satisfaction. You can go down to import competition, and because you've selected your individual folders, now the competitions you will see will be of the ones that you have decided to run with from your choices. So that's why in mine you see Qatar and Paraguay. So then just go ahead and select all of them, install them, check the relevant box, and just go on through. And now that is that portion of the tutorial completed. And now we're going to head on to the final stage. So you can see, guys, like why I prefer this method is just because in this way, things are just clearly outlined and formatted, and that's why Emerson prefers it as well. But of course, I understand even when I'm on his live stream and stuff, and I see for myself that he gets a lot of requests for the one memory stick. But you know, the thing with that is that when you or everyone has seen how many options there is. So imagine doing this but having to uncheck each set of teams that you didn't need to install. So we just did that in one example with Brazil, which is fine. But you imagine you keep having to do that for every stage of the installation because you've only got one stick plugged in. Because that video that I've already uploaded, that's not for plug it in, take it out, put in, even if you wipe it and then you put in the second phase of installation, no, it's not for that. It's just one time go with one memory stick, no removing, nothing. So that's why that's like that, and that's why this is like this. Yeah. So, and when the creator Emerson is doing this method that now I'm showcasing, and also it's the one I do, you know, you understand why we prefer this way. But no doubt, each to their own, man. You know, whatever makes people happy, as long as you can play and you get everything you want, you know, nothing else matters. So now, the final stage. So, of course, if you have your third memory stick ready, awesome. If you don't, plug it in, wipe all of the folders, and just drag over folder. I think is it 11? Let me just double check. No, sorry, no. Copy over folder 12 only, not 11, only 12. And yeah, so go ahead, plug that back in now once it's done. And then go to import, export, and then import team. Select a new USB. And then now just hit square. So select everything. And this is basically the bulk of the installation. Now this is again very, very important in terms of what box you check, because this will mess up everything. So make sure you don't check both boxes. It's just, it will mess up everything. So uncheck the top box, only leave the bottom box checked, and then let the installation do its thing. If you get any errors during the process, no problem. Just take note of what the team was and go back and individually install it. And once it's done, it says finish importing data, and that's it, guys. Like, that's the whole bulk done. So it's not too bad. I know it can seem that way, especially when you see a long video, but no, like, I'm sure like all of you guys can do it without too many issues. If you have any no problem, just hit me up. I'll help you anyway. Yeah, and then that's pretty much that. So that's the main bulk finished now. And now you see on the screen, I've put the numbers back up where you can see all the different leagues and how many teams are included in it. So that's now what we're going to address right here. So in my instance, I went with Qatar, Paraguay, and the Bundesliga. So mine would be 18, 14, and 14. So now what I've gone ahead and done, which you will see in a sec, I backed out from this import export screen, and then I went to competition structure, and then I went to draw size. Excuse me. And now you can see exactly, so I'm changing mine to 18, 14, and 14. And this is now effectively changing the competition, literally, as it says, the structure of them. So now that there's appropriate slots for appropriate teams, so you don't have extra teams in the wrong leagues and stuff like that. And then once you've altered the draw size, now it's just about doing a bit of manual swapping around. So there's a couple of teams in the wrong places, so we just go ahead and address that. So you go over to Europe, for example, you find whatever team is relevant which has been changed. So for example, in the Bundesliga, you can see that some teams are missing. So we just brought in Bayer Leverkusen, and we just brought in Bayern. So that was Red Star, and then Leipzig from the Austrian one. So yeah, and then we just continued to do that for a couple of the other leagues that we've installed. So you can see, because I went with Paraguay, now I have to address that. So you've got teams from Ecuador in there, for example. But it's no problem. Literally, it's just X, X, X. Swap them over. If any of you are unsure how things should look, in the folder of the installation, the folder after folder 12, basically saying organization of teams, they have screenshots depending on what install you've done and then how it should look. But yeah, that's pretty much the bulk. That is everything. So that's that, guys. Hope that you guys are able to install it and get it to look the way I did. Excuse some of the stuff, because I know in the Qatar video I realized after that one of the teams was in the wrong places. But I will, as I said, there's a couple of now photos up which is showing exactly how it should look. And yeah, man, that's that. Hope you enjoyed it. I have a lot of different content coming soon on my channel. I try my best to cover the best quality of work. I reach out to the developers. They're all really decent. They're all really humble. I'm appreciative of them. And, I hope that we can continue to grow this community and this project together. It's all about so we all get enjoyment from it at the end of the day. That's what it is. And like I said before, this is the best. If you have a better one, you could show me. But in my opinion, there's nothing like it out there that has all these choices, all this quality of work, which is totally free. So cool. You could challenge me if you want on that. So all the best, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. I'd appreciate actually one thing, because I don't ask. This is probably the first video you guys noticed that I've even put like a like thing, if you could. So I'd appreciate if you guys could like, subscribe, because it also helps me understand what content is good and what people want and what people maybe don't like, and also just the engagement rate, because I have a ridiculously high lack of, when I compare my analytics of the subscribers to the non, and then even in quite a few of my videos, like the views to the likes, like the portion is crazy. So yeah, man, I'd appreciate if you guys could take a couple seconds out and do that, because I hope that we can continue to grow this project. So yeah, man, till next time, guys, all the best.